All right. Questions that you ladies have?
I missed. Sorry, you can go.
I missed 17 and 25. And then for 19, 21, and 23, I kept them in pi. So I don't really know if they were right or not.
That's fine. How do you check your answer then if it's in pi?
Oh, you multiply it by pi.
Mm-hmm. And then if that's the same as the decimal they gave you, then you are correct. All right. Ethan, can you hear me? Okay. I didn't get your homework assignments. Did you get that turned in?
It's right here.
Did you turn it in though?
No, ma'am. I can turn
Make
it
sure
in.
that
It's okay if I do it right after the meeting.
do it after the meeting. Yeah, make sure it gets done before the meeting though next time. All right. So Priscilla and Brinley, what numbers again was that?
I was struggling from 19 on.
Okay. So
So 19, 21, 23, 25.
I was 25.
let's start with number 19 and 25 first. All right, Priscilla, what kind of figure do we have for number 19? What is that?
Oh, sorry. I just exited that. Okay, sorry. Cylinder.
What are we looking for in this cylinder? What does it tell us to find?
The surface area.
What is the surface area of a cylinder? What's the formula?
S equals L plus 2B.
There we go. All right, what is L?
I had L as 13.
Well, how do you find L? It's not 13. How do you find the lateral surface area of a cylinder?
Oh, do we have to do the formula thing before?
Oh, yeah. Well, in order
Oh, okay.
to
I didn't do that.
okay. In order to find the lateral surface area, you have to multiply the circumference of the circle times the height of the prism. So lateral surface area is circumference times the height plus, well, the base of the cylinder is a circle. So this area of the, because the base is a circle, I would need to use pi r squared, and I've got two bases. So there we go. Here's my formula. The lateral surface area is circumference times height plus 2 times, what's the area of the base? Well, the base is a circle, so it's pi r squared. Here we go. Let's find the circumference of the circle. Remember, circumference is 2 pi r times h plus 2 times pi r squared. If you want to, you can separately find the lateral surface area and then plug that number into your formula. And then you can separately find the area of the base, plug that number into B. That's fine too. All I'm doing here is I'm just going to plug in the formulas I would be using over here. And I'm just doing it all in one big formula. So what's the radius of the circle, Priscilla?
6.
And the height of the prism, Ethan?
13.
13. Plus 2 times pi. Well, this is the radius of the base circle, which is also the same as over here, which is 6. Here we go. I've got 2 times 6 times 13. What is that, Brinley? What's 12 times 13?
156.
Okay. 12 times 12 is 34 times 13. I'll do that, so that's 156. 6 squared is 36. Priscilla, what's 36 times 2 in your head?
72.
Good. So that's 72.
Well, I didn't really do that in my head. I had it on my paper.
Oh, that's fine. 156 plus.
Yeah, well,
72.
I've had all of that. Maybe I read the wrong answer.
So you get 228 pi, but that's in pi. So you
That's what I got.
that way. But how do you change that to a decimal, Priscilla?
Do 228 times 3.14.
Okay, and what is that? Should be about 715.9.
Okay. So I just had 228 pi meters squared.
So if you do that, when you check your answers, you'll need to take your calculator out and multiply 228 times pi to see if you're
Okay.
all right. And then let's do number 25.
I didn't get 23.
Okay, let's do 25 for now. A box of cereal is, all right, so think about a cereal box. It's a rectangle, and then there's also another rectangle back there, right? So this is a cereal box right here. Gonna touch the edges there. And it says these puffs. All right, because that's what I eat for breakfast. So here I've got a Reese's Puffs cereal box. It is 11 inches tall. So the height of this, well, first off, Brindley, what kind of object do we have here?
A prism,
What kind of prism?
rectangular.
Yes, this is a rectangular prism that we have because first it's a prism, but it's a rectangular prism because the bases are rectangles. So it's 11 inches tall, 8 inches wide. So the width of it is 8 inches and it's 2 inches thick. This piece right here is 2 inches. What is the surface area? Well, the formula for the surface area of a prism, a rectangular prism, is L plus 2B. Well, the lateral surface area, what's that formula, Ethan? How do I find the lateral surface area?
It's P plus
Not
times
P
H
plus.
times H.
There you go. The perimeter times the height. That will get me my lateral surface area. Plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, what kind of base do I have, Priscilla?
Eight inches?
What kind of base? Like, what's the shape of the base?
Oh, a rectangle?
So what's the area formula for the rectangle?
LY?
L times W, length times width, or base times height. Okay, so here we go. I've got perimeter right here. The perimeter of what, Brinley? In order to find
It'd be length times your width.
length times width is area. How do I find the perimeter of the base?
2 times the length plus the width.
Okay, the perimeter of a rectangle base is 2 times L plus W. So I've got to find that value. Then I've got to multiply it by H, because this whole thing right here, that's the perimeter. That's H plus, let's see here, 2 times length times width. We'll get back to that. So this right here, I've gotten it all the way down to 2 times L plus W times H. So that's still the whole lateral surface area. If it helps you, find these pieces separately. How do you find the lateral surface area? Perimeter times the height. L is equal to, well, the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times L plus W times H. Here we go. 2 times the length and width of my base is 8 and 2. The height is 11. What is the height? Oh, it's the height of the prism. So that's 32 times 11. What is the lateral surface area then? It should be, oops. This is 10 times 2, which is 20. So what's 20 times 11? 220. So now plug in 220 for L. How do I find B? That's the area of my base. It's length times width. So the base is 8 by 2. The area of my base is 16, but I have 2. I have a bottom and a top base. So it's 2 times 16, 220 plus 32. My total surface area is 252 square inches. Did you draw a picture?
No.
No, ma'am.
You draw a picture. That will help you plug in that. Brindley, you could have also, if you would have done the other formula like your mom was showing you, that would have worked as well too. 2 times the length and the width plus 2 times the width and the height plus.
That's what I did, and I think I just plugged one of my numbers in wrong.
Yep, that'll work as well too. All right, real quick, number 23. The diameter is 12, so we need the radius, which is 6 centimeters. Surface area of this guy. All right, so lateral surface area plus 2 times the area of the base. Ethan, what'd you get for your lateral surface area for number 23? I can't hear you. Ethan, what'd you get for your lateral surface area? I can't hear you.
Lauren. Miss
Okay.
Lauren.
Yeah.
I grabbed the wrong homework assignment.
Okay, go get the other one, please. Priscilla, what'd you get for the lateral surface area?
240
240 what?
centimeters.
No. All right, you're forgetting the top value. Remember, when you find the circumference, that's 2 pi r times h. So what happened to your pi? So what's your r?
What? My radius?
Yeah.
6.
Times your height, which is 20. So what's 2 times 6 times 20?
100 and, wait, no.
What's
240.
240. But that was only multiplied 2 times 6 times 20. You forgot about your pi. So you gotta make sure you have your pi there.
No.
Okay. Next time, Ethan, if you don't have it, go ahead and just go get it. All right. So if we're going over the whole, make sure you're following along. All right. So is that what you forgot there?
Yeah,
Or-
I just didn't have the pie.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get started on the new lesson. Here we go. We are doing surface area, but now we're going to the surface area of pyramids, cones, and sphere. So you'll notice that our formulas are going to be super, super similar. All right, here we go. Let's get into the lesson. All right, actually I want to do this one. The surfaces that you would have to find the area, okay? What is a hexagonal prism? What does that mean, Ethan?
The bases are hexagons.
Okay, the faces, more like the bases, are hexagons. How many sides are a hexagon, Priscilla?
6.
So how many circles would there be if you had a, let's see, if you had a hexagonal prism? So that means that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is, so you would have a congruent top base as well too. All right, so here is your hexagonal base. How many total faces would you have? Remember, bases, top and bottom, would also count as a base. So how many surfaces would you have to find? Or how many faces would you have to find? Brindley, how many faces are on this hexagonal prism?
6.
Remember, you gotta count your bases as well too. Top base and your bottom. So it would be 8. What about a cylinder? How many surfaces would there be? This one's tricky. Anybody?
2.
3.
3, because for so you'd have the 2 top and bottom base, but this one, everything that encompasses it, that would, the whole thing would represent one face. And then a sphere, that would be like a circle. That would just have one area. All right, so a pyramid. This is what a pyramid looks like. So you've got polygonal base, correct? Got a polygonal base. The altitude, or that's kind of like the height of the triangle. That's going to go from the top point of your pyramid, making a right angle with the bottom there. All right, y'all follow along with me? All right, so it's the perpendicular distance from the vertex to the base. This piece right here, the L, that's an L right there. All right, write it like this. What is that, Ethan? What is that called?
Sorry, what is what called?
Did you hear me or no?
I'm confused.
What is the L called?
Oh, the slant height?
Yeah. The slant height, it is an altitude, it is a height, but notice it's the height of the triangle facing on the side. So capital letter H is the height of the actual pyramid, and L right here, L is the slant height of the triangle face. So keep those separate. All right, a regular pyramid, it's going to have a polygon at the base, and the vertex is, so this would be called a regular polygon or a regular pyramid. All right, here we go. Notice what kind of base do I have? Oh, I've got a square base. It's still called a pyramid. What is Priscilla? What is the 10 feet right here? What is that called?
Miss Lord,
Priscilla?
can you hear me?
Yeah. What is the 10 feet called?
The slant line height.
The slant height. Yes, the slant.
Slant height.
All right. So here is your formula you need to know. in order to find the surface area, all you need to know is this. The surface area of a regular pyramid is equal to the lateral surface area plus the area of the base. So what's the only difference between these formulas and the ones we did last?
These ones are added and the other ones are like multiplied.
No. What's the area of a rectangular prism?
You're not multiplying 2b, just adding b.
Exactly. This was the surface area for a cylinder and a prism. They were both the same. Notice for a pyramid, if we were to go back to this, how many bases, Ethan, does a pyramid have? Does it have?
1.
It only has one base. So that's why we don't have to say 2 bases. All right? It's not 2 bases anymore. It's just 1 base. So the surface area is equal to the lateral surface area plus the area of the only base there. The other thing that changes is the lateral surface area. So you need to know this formula right here. The lateral surface area for a pyramid is 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. That's L, the slant height.
So like in the other ones, we have to know the lateral surface area before we could do the other. I can't remember what it's called.
We have to find the lateral surface area in order to plug that into our formula. All right. So L is equal to 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. So here's an example. Find the lateral surface area and the surface area. So first off, let's find the lateral surface area. This is a pyramid, so it's equal to 1/2 times the perimeter times L. Let's take a look at the base. The base is a square, so therefore, the lateral surface area is 13 millimeters. The perimeter is a square, so what's the perimeter of a square? 4 times one of the sides, 4 times 10. So the perimeter is 40 meters. Now I can plug that into my formula. Surface area. So what are we doing? We're finding the area of this triangle, and those 2 triangles in the back. So that triangle back there and that back triangle back there too. So there's 4 triangles. We're finding the area of all 4 of those triangles by finding the lateral surface area. 1/2 of the perimeter times the slant height. So what is my lateral surface area? 260 square meters. So there's one thing. Now let's find the surface area. Well, the surface area of a pyramid is the lateral surface area plus the area of the base. The lateral surface area was 260 square meters. Now let's find the area of the base. Well, the base is a square. So what's the area of a square? S squared. So one of the sides is 10. 10 squared, the area of the base is 100. Therefore, 260 plus 100 is your lateral surface area plus the area of the base. My total surface area is 360 square meters. All right. So that's pyramids. Pyramids. Let's move on to a circular cone. Now it's very similar to a pyramid, just like we have cylinders and we had rectangle or square prisms. These were very similar as well too. The only difference was the bases were circles for a cylinder and the bases were a polygonal shape for a prism. So this was a cylinder and this is a prism. It's very similar to that with a cone and a pyramid. The only difference between a cone and a pyramid is a pyramid is going to have a polygonal base. Okay, so all these points reach up to the top there. For a pyramid, I've got a polygon base, square, rectangle, whatever it may be. A cone, what do you think? It's going to have a circular base. All right, so we've got a circular base for a cone. So here's the formula for the lateral surface area of a cone. You'll need to know this. What's the only difference? Instead of finding the perimeter of the base, we're looking for the circumference of the base because it's a circle. Once we have found that lateral surface area, so think about a snow cone, the container there, all right? Once you find the area of all of that curved surface there, then how do you find the surface area? The lateral surface area, which is what we just did back there, plus the area of the base. And again, the base is going to be a circle. Let's do an example. Find the surface area of the cone. Well, first, the surface area, we have to find the lateral surface area. How did I get pi r L right here? Well, remember, the lateral surface area is equal to 1/2 the circumference times the slant height. What is the circumference of a circle? It's 2 pi r times L. What's 1/2 times 2? Well, that's just 1. So I'm left with pi r L, which is where they get pi r L right there. Now I can plug in my values. The radius of the circle base is 3. The slant height is 10. Therefore, my lateral surface area is 30 pi. Now, we're still trying to find the surface area of the whole thing. I found my lateral surface area. Now I need to find my base area. The base of the circle is a circle, so we're using pi r squared to find the area of that base. Plug in your radius. Base is 9 pi. Now the surface area is equal to lateral surface area plus the area of the base, which would give you 39 pi square units. All right, and then one last thing, we've got a sphere. Sphere is like a basketball, 3-dimensional surface. All of the points outside of that circle. So think about a basketball, holding a basketball in my hand. If I got to the center of that basketball, the center of the sphere, and I would take a line and I would draw it starting at the center, and I would make a line to the edge of the basketball. If I were to do that with as many as I want to, all of those points would be the radius of the sphere. So I'm going from the center to an edge of the sphere, or the circle that's going around there. So just like here's a sphere. If I go from the center of the circle to a point on the edge, so therefore segment OB is going to be the radius. All right, so here's just some other example or definitions. The intersection of a sphere, actually, you know what, let's go over these later. Here's the formula you need to know. In order to find the surface area of a sphere, it is equal to 4 times the area of a great circle. Okay, so the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. All right. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, they have it wrong in the book up there. Okay. So find the surface area of the sphere. 4 pi r squared. What's the radius? 8 plug that into your formula. So the surface area of the sphere is 256 pi, you can change that to a decimal, 803.8 square feet. All right, let's do some examples. Here we go. Pull out a sheet of paper and follow along. All right, I'll let you do numbers 1 through 9 here because all you're doing is you're plugging in those formulas for finding the lateral surface area and for finding the surface area of a prism, cylinder, pyramid, cone, sphere, all of those things. All right. So let's go to number 11. Number 11, find the area of the base. So we're using this square pyramid. Well, what kind of base do we have? We have a square base. So the area of a square is s squared. One of the sides of the base is 6. So therefore, the area of the base is 36 square meters. Let's go to number 13. Find the lateral surface area. So use the cone to the right. In order to find the lateral surface of a cone, all right, we're talking about a cone now. What is the formula for the lateral surface of a cone? It's 1/2 times the perimeter, actually not perimeter anymore, it's circumference times the slant height. So 1/2 times the circumference is 2 pi r times L. Well, 1/2 times 2 is 1, so that's pi RL is the lateral surface area. So that the rounded part on the side of your snow cone, this is the area we're looking for. That's the lateral surface area. So let's plug in. My radius is 5. My slant height is 10. So that's 50 pi square units. If you wanted to write that as a decimal, it would be about 157. Oops. They tell us that it's in feet. So it would be about 157 square feet. So there we go, we got the surface area. Now number 15 says, find the total surface area. Well, you've got to know. So now the total surface area for a cone is still L plus B. We found L. L was 50 pi. Now we've got to find the base. Well, in order to find the area of the base, let's see, the area of the base of a cone. Well, the area of a circle is pi r squared, so that's pi times 5 squared, which is 25 pi. We only have one base, so my total surface area would be 75 square feet, which would be about 235.5 square feet. Let's go to the back page now. All right, let's do number 21. What kind of figure do I have, Ethan?
A triangular prism? A cone?
No, it's not a prism. Remember, you've got to have two bases, one at the top, one at the bottom.
A cone?
Not a cone. A cone has a circular base.
I mean, pyramid.
A pyramid, okay? And what's the formula for the surface area of a pyramid, Ethan?
Uh, 2S equals L plus B.
There you go. L plus B. And guess what? That's the same formula for the surface area of a cone, too. But check out this L right here. Let's find the lateral surface area. Priscilla, what's the formula for the lateral surface area for a pyramid? I can't hear you.
Oops, sorry. L equals 1/2 PL.
Oh, good. And the perimeter, what kind of base do we have, Friendly?
Square base.
Okay, so what's the perimeter of a square?
Side times 4, so 7 times 4.
4 times F, yes, times. So one of the sides is 7. So, and then the slant height is, what's the slant height, Ethan? What's that value?
Six.
Okay, so 6 is slant height. All right. What is the lateral? Anybody?
Sorry, you broke up. Can you say that again?
The lateral surface area.
84.
Yes, 84, and we've got meters, so 84 square meters. All right, we found our lateral surface area. Now let's find the area of the base. Well, the base is a square, so the area formula for a square is s squared. So Ethan, what is my area of the base?
$49.
49, yes, because it's 7 squared, which is 49 square meters. Now I've got 84 square meters plus 49 square meters. My total surface area is what? 133 square meters. It also said, so it says find the lateral surface area and the surface area. So you would need both answers here. Found the lateral surface area and the surface area. All right. We're going to do numbers 2 through 28, the even for homework. Okay, numbers 2 through 28, the even. Take a look at number 25 real quick. This is a cone. So if we're finding the lateral surface area, we're finding the surface area and the lateral surface area of a cone. So in order to find the lateral surface area of a cone, it's going to be 1/2 times, instead of the perimeter, we're doing it times the circumference. So that's pi RL. So the lateral surface area is 5 times 10 times pi. So the lateral surface area is 50 pi. So we can plug that in. 50 pi is my lateral surface area. Now let's find B. B is equal to, well, the base is a circle, so we're using pi r squared is equal to 5 squared times pi, which is 25 pi. So therefore, the surface area of my cone is 75 pi centimeters squared. We need both answers. The lateral surface area is 50 pi square centimeters, and the surface area is 75 pi centimeters. So numbers 1 through 9. Actually, I want you to do numbers 1 through 9 all, because that's just going to give you all your formulas from prisms, cylinders, cones, pyramid, and a sphere. So number 1 through 9 all, and then 10 through 28 the even. Everybody got that? So 1 through 9
Yes.
all, 10 through 28. Okay. All right, good. That's all I got for today. I will see